Hi, fourth graders. Welcome to Unit 11, Lesson 11. This will be a very important lesson for you, as you can see that decimal points and just decimals in general are used all the time in our real life when we are making change with money. Now, many of you will probably find yourself in a job at some point in high school where you have to figure out how to make change, just like I did. I worked at good old Caribou Coffee, and I had to figure out what change to give my customers each and every day. So this is a very important life skill. So in order to find money amounts, this says Corey earned the amount of money shown on the right. How much money did Corey earn? So here you can see that we have some dollar bills and a $10 bill and some coins. We need to figure out how much money this is worth. Again, a very important life skill. So with this $10 bill and 1, 2, 3, 4 $1 bills, so far we have $14. Now we'll put the decimal point after. Now looking at these coins, I see we have a quarter, which is worth 25 cents. I have 2 dimes, each worth 10 cents. So total, this is 20 cents. And then pennies, each worth 1 cent. So together, those 3 are worth 3 cents. So if you first add the 25 cents plus the 20 cents, so far we have 45 cents. Once we add the 3 cents, we'll end up with 48 cents. So altogether, this money is worth $14.48. Then we have another grouping of coins. So again, we have a quarter worth 25 cents, 3 dimes, each worth 10 cents, so 30 cents together. So far I have 55 cents. Then I have a nickel, which is worth 5 cents. So if I add 5 cents, I'm now up to, if you carry the 1 here, I'm up to 60 cents. So I'm going to place that over here. Then I have 4 pennies, so altogether this is worth 4 cents. So once I add that together, you'll see that these coins are worth 64 cents in all. So you can use the symbol for cents as well. So now they're telling us to write each amount. So they're using words, so 4 quarters and 5 nickels. Well, 4 quarters, each worth 25 cents, as you know, would give you a full dollar. So if I have 1 whole dollar and then plus 5 nickels. Now 5 nickels, 1 is worth 5 cents, so if you have 5 nickels all together, that would be 5, 10, so if I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. So we have $1.25. Then if we have 4 nickels, 7 dimes, and 8 quarters. So 8 quarters, I'm going to do that first. Now we know that 4 quarters gets you $1. So 8 quarters would give me $2 so far. Then if I add the 7 dimes, that would be 70 cents. So now I have $2.70. And then if I add 4 nickels, so each worth 5 cents, I'll count it by 5 again. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So I add 20 more cents, and my total now becomes $2.90. Beautiful. All right, next I have 8 dimes and 3 pennies. Well, the 8 dimes will be worth 80 cents, and then if I add 3 pennies, or 3 cents, I end up with 83 cents, which can be written like so, or I can write it as 83 with the cents symbol. Now we're going to compare and order money amounts. So first we're going to circle the greater amount, which is A or B. So here I have 3 dimes, 3 nickels, and 2 pennies. So this would be 30 cents plus 5, 10, 15 cents plus 2 cents. So altogether that is 45, 47 cents. Okay, so if that's 47 cents, and here I have 2 quarters, so that is 50 cents. So the greater amount here is choice B with the 2 quarters. Now let's say I have 2 $100 bills plus 4 $10 bills. So 200, 4 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40. So $240 here. Ooh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? $240. And then 5 $50 bills. Okay, let's count up from 50. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Okay, so that would be $250. Okay, so by $10 more, choice B is greater again. Now I need to write the amounts below in order from least to greatest. So again, we're practicing our skills of looking at the whole numbers and the decimals to compare. All right, so least needs to come, so that's smallest. So here they're all 60, but then I notice 0 here versus 2s and a 1. So the $60.99 comes first because it is the smallest. $60.99. All right, then comparing, I have 62, 62, and then only 61. So that comes as the next smallest. Now we'll compare these two. I have 62.5. 0.5 still match, but then a 0 versus a 2. So this $62.50 will come next, which means that the greatest one is the $62.52. Now I have a fun riddle that I included. I'd like you to try it and then pause the video because then I'll reveal the answer afterwards. It says, how can you make 49 cents using 9 coins? Pause the video now. I'll review the answer in just a moment. All right, I hope you paused the video and took some time to try to figure it out because I am revealing the answer now. So in order to do this, you would first need a quarter, which is at 25 cents. Then you would add on a nickel, bringing you to 30 cents, another nickel, bringing you to 35 cents, another nickel, bringing you to 40 cents, and a fourth nickel, bringing you to 45. So far you have a quarter and 4 nickels, bringing you to 5 coins total. Then to get to 49 cents, you would add 1, 2, 3, 4 pennies to bring you to the total 49 cents. And it matches the riddle because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. So you'd have a quarter, 4 nickels, and 4 pennies. Now we'll practice again making some more change. So if we were buying a plant for $3.75 and we used a $5 bill to buy each item. So in order to buy this item, and I gave the clerk a $5 bill, which would look like 5.00 as a decimal, I would subtract $3.75 to figure out how much change I would be getting, and then I'm going to list the coins and bills I would use to make change. So first, I have to borrow across these zeros so that I can subtract 10 minus 5. So 5, 9 minus 7 is 2, bring down the decimal point, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So remember that as a clerk, when you make change, you try to give your customer the least amount of basically bills and coins as possible, unless they ask for something specific, like, can I have 5 ones back? Usually, though, you just give them the least amount as possible. So for $1.25, you would give your customer a $1 bill and 1 quarter to give them their change to make 25 cents. So now on this next item, we have a football for $12.65, and we're using a $20 bill to buy it. So once we find the difference, we'll list the coins and bills we would use to make the change. So if I have $20, it would look like 20.00 as a decimal, and I'll subtract the football's cost, which is $12.65. So the first thing I'll do is borrow across all those zeros so that I can correctly subtract. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So $7.35. So again, you want to try to give your customer the least amount of bills possible. So instead of giving them $7 bills, you would give them one $5 bill. You would give them two $1 bills. And then for the change, you would give them 1/4 to make 25 cents and 1 dime to get to 35 cents. So again, you want to give your customer the least amount of change possible that equals your total amount so that they're not like fumbling with a million different things in their hands. All right, now we're going to do something similar. We'll write the names and numbers of coins and bills we would use to make change for each of the following. So same as what we were just doing, just more words on this one. So it says the cost of an item is $1.09. You give the clerk 5 quarters. So if I give the clerk 5 quarters, remember that 4 quarters equals $1. So that additional quarter would equal 25 cents. So I gave the clerk $1.25 to pay for my item that cost $1.09. So let's first figure out what change I would need to make. So I can't do 5 minus 9, so I have to borrow from next door. So 15 minus 9 is 6. 1 minus 0 is 1, decimal point, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So I need to get the change 16 cents back. So this clerk should give me 1 dime to make 10 cents, 1 nickel, which would bring me to 15 cents, and 1 penny, which would bring me to my 16 cents that I need to get back. Now on this next one, it says the cost of an item is 27 cents. You give the clerk a $50. Now that's a large coin worth 50 cents. Now they're not as common, you don't technically see these very often, but they do exist. So that means I'm taking 50 cents that I paid, subtracting the cost of the item, 27 cents. So first I have to borrow. I can't do 0 minus 7, so I get a 4 here, which gives me 10. So 10 minus 7 is 3, 4 minus 2 is 2, decimal point, no whole number. So the clerk needs to give me 23 cents in change. Can't give me a quarter, but you could give me 2 dimes to get 20 cents and 3 pennies to bring me to 23 cents in change. All right, kids, on your ticket today, you're going to practice making change. So you'll see that on this first one, a $5 bill was used to buy this comb worth 59 cents. Then a $20 bill was used to buy the sunglasses for $16.79. Now, keep in mind that you need to subtract to find how much change is needed, and then tell me the coins and bills you would use for each of these situations.